Denver's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Here's the three. And Bass kicks to Jordan. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game.
14 foul.
Jordan with the screen on run. Young from outside.
Their defense has done a great job of getting a hand in the face of the shooter. They've done a really good job of challenging shots. That's part of good defense.
.58 seconds left to play here in the first. Rondo drives in. Feeds to Allen. Shot clock at 6. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. And the Spurs lead by 9.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Young pass to Bass. Rebound San Antonio. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Gibson dishes to Allen. Here's Livingston. Great D that time from Jordan.
He was right up tight on him on that attempt. Terrific D to throw off the shot.
And he did it without making too much contact and getting the officials' attention either.
Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Drops one in from the wing.
Not what they drew up, but they'll take the 2 points.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Rondo drives in, and it is good at the buzzer. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Spurs lead by 9. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, Clark and Steve. What have they been doing or not doing?
So difficult to get a shot off against this defense. They are really playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard, and they pride themselves on making it tough for their opponents.
We've got Jordan. Crawford out there with Thomas. Then there's Kenneth Faried. And it's Snell in at the 3. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Here's Rondo. And Jordan sends it back. Here's Thomas. Drains the 19-footer. Thomas got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Nuggets.
DeAndre Jordan alongside Blake Griffin, maybe the best game dunker in the league. He has the ability to make spectacular plays every time he gets near the rim.
Passes it to Pachulia. Thomas with the steal. Here's Snell. No good on the 3. San Antonio leading by 7. And for DeAndre Jordan, Clark, between his length and his leaping ability, you almost feel like he should be playing an 11-foot, 12-foot rim.
I tell you, when I've watched him play, there are times when it seems as though he's overwhelming that 10-foot pass. And it really does look that way at times.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Kenneth Faried. This past offseason, the Spurs found themselves with a bit of wiggle room. They came to the salary cap.
For so long, Kevin, they've been able to only make moves through the draft, and with minor adjustments, they really do well, but the flexibility was new to them, and I'm sure they'll take full advantage of it.
Jamal Crawford.
Well, for the Spurs, who knows what the future holds. It's an aging team, but they do have some players to build around, and so they could have gone in any direction with their cap space. And at the free throw line, it's all about consistency. Same routine, same stroke.
Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
You know, with the Spurs and their offseason options, it's actually going to get more flexible after the end of the 2015 season when they can practically build their entire team from scratch. Almost zero salary commitments for them at the end of the 2015 season.
Pass to Pachulia. Rondo drives in, and that one's good. And it's a 10-point San Antonio lead.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Crawford outside. Here's Snell. 6 to shoot. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
He's killing them with his poor shooting. The defense is more than willing to give him those shots now. That's not his shot there, guys. And whether you play D on him or not, he's usually going to miss that one.
Now, here's Thomas. Jordan sets the pick for Crawford. He dishes it to Jordan. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Nuggets have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Well, Jamal Crawford has proven that no matter what role he plays, just call him buckets. He can flat out put the ball in the basket. You got to give him a lot of credit, though. He does change his game quite a bit depending on if he's coming off the bench or starting. I think that speaks to his IQ.
Baseline J on the way. And too long on the shot.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Denver calls timeout.
And as you said with Jamal, a lot of players can't really make that change between being a starter or a sub, but he does it so smoothly in such short time. It really adds a lot of utility to this team.
A different look for Denver. Noel's checked in for Jordan. Fareed comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Hill in for Thomas. San Antonio also making some changes. Duncan comes in for Taj Gibson. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for Allen. And he gets it to go. Snell's got 5 now. Well, Crawford described it perfectly, Clark, when he said as a 6th man, you have to come in and force yourself into the game. As a starter, the pressure isn't there as much as you can go with the flow.
Yeah, players like him can often do one or the other. Come in firing off the bench or let the game come to you. But rarely can they assess what the team needs like Crawford does and adjust on the fly so smoothly.
And Noel throws it down.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed.
All of the above.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs, not necessarily a glamour franchise, but maybe the NBA's model franchise. The longest streak of 50-win seasons in league history, 5 championships, and a litany of former Spurs working as head coaches and GMs around the league. Tim Duncan said people aren't envious of their image, but they're envious of how they run things. They get it done, Kevin.
They sure do. An incredible run. Thanks, Doris. Oh, and the dunk by Stevenson.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
They get it back. Here's Snell. Here's Fareed. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
He's a grinder. Love what he does under the offensive boards, really bringing energy and life to his team.
Well, Steve, Kenneth Fareed really raised in the game. There's so many great stories when he was young. He was challenged by his family in so many ways on the basketball court.
Yeah, the story goes that his father once dunked on him and said, never let anybody do that on you again. And apparently his mother told him they'd never pass him the ball unless he was tough enough to go get the rebound. So tough love, but apparently it worked.
Here's Hill after the basket by San Antonio. Denver passing it around. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here.
And you talk about Fareed's upbringing. His mother, a high school basketball star in her own right, was fighting for her life against the autoimmune disease of lupus. She demanded that he battle just as hard on the court. And you can't discount that in driving Fareed to his greatness.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for the Spurs. Gibson comes in for Duncan. Gibson setting the pick for Olynyk. Goes back up. Gibson with it. And Crawford picks him up defensively. Stevenson flies in. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And Kenneth Fareed ending up setting an NCAA record for career rebounds. He said he felt like every rebound was another day for his mother. And now, happily, she's doing better, and he's playing the game he was born to play.
Now here's Crawford. He's got 7. Crawford right side. Over Stevenson. Crawford missing again.
He has not been on his game. And, their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
Taj Gibson, in his 6th season now in the NBA, he's in the prime of his career at 29 years old. Last season, he upped his scoring rate and averaged double digits for the first time in his career.
Brandon Bass is checked in for Denver. And for Gibson, becoming more efficient, more free throw attempts, and a big leap, guys, in his free throw percentage. Steve cracking 70% from the line for the first time.
It was by far his best performance offensively, Kevin. He came into his own in terms of his post play, his aggressiveness. I think he just believed in his own mind and his own heart that he was now a good offensive player, and that's the case, no question.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Denver calls timeout.
The Denver Nuggets had a ton of injuries last year. It's hard to say exactly where this team could have ended up if they were able to stay healthy.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Jordan, he's checked in for Noel. Taylor comes in for Tony Snell. Young's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Hill. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Sean Marion, he's checked in for Gibson. Bellinelli comes in for Antetokounmpo. Ray Allen is checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Livingston in for Rajon Rondo. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
As you said, Denver last year, injuries took their toll as 4 different players were shut down for the season.
Here's Olynyk, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 12.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Injuries at every team, Clark, as you said, but when you lose as many as Denver, it's a bit different.
Yeah, it really is. And then you factor in having a first-year head coach